So a little look at the specimen before we go and melt the thing. So you can see here, oh, there we go, there's the toothpick. So we've got gold scattered all the way through it, and I'm not sure if it'll pick it up. There's some coming through on the backside, and there's flakes of it coming over on that side, but look, you know what? I put the multimeter on it and they all seem to be connected. So there's only one way to find out if we get a nice frongy bit out of it once we melt it, and that's to melt it. So let's go do it. So here's the specimen. I don't know if you can make it out with the GoPro because they're a bit crap, but we've got gold there. It runs all the way to there. And there's a little bit on the backside as well, and with the multimeter it is connected. So what I want to do is I'm too scared to smash it, right? I don't because this is the weak section and I don't want to break it apart and ruin it. So I'm going to try something a little bit different today. I'm not going to smash it up. So I've got a rock this size. I don't know how long it's going to take, but it'll fit in the little crucible, the little stainless steel container, and I'm just going to boil it until it comes out, pretty much. So whether it takes 3 hours or 5 hours, it's just going to get hammered by the caustic soda. So what we need, of course, is good old caustic soda. I think that's an obvious one. Water, stainless steel. It's got to be stainless. You need a lid and something that's stainless, but I'm pretty sure this was one that I just picked up from an op shop today for $1. But this just has a I don't know, it's probably pressed aluminium, but who cares? It was $1. Stainless steel spoon, and if we look out the door, there is a $39 special from Kmart. It's just an electric cooktop, and yeah, they're good. So, but they'll get trashed as soon as this boils over. That'll start looking not very good. So expect to buy new ones every, I don't know, 10 times you do this, I reckon. Anyway, let's get started. So we can see the specimen will fit in, and what I'm going to do is try and keep it flat down the bottom. We need to make a paste to cover it all, and we'll do that out of caustic soda and water. So let's give that a crack. So because it's so big, we're going to use a bit. Now this stuff boils over. I reckon I've used 1/3 of that container just there. We're going to mix in some water, just a little bit, and this is going to react straight away. You can probably see it starting to steam, so it gives off fumes pretty much immediately. So you need to do this in an open space. So just stir that until it's nice and dissolved in the water. Oh yeah, you can feel that that's actually quite warm. So and once that's all, you know, semi-dissolved into a paste, which should be not a watery consistency, but not too thick, then you're ready to give it a good go. So now we're going to turn the unit on. Now these Kmart units, personally, I think number 4 is the best. It keeps it, I reckon it's over 300. I don't have one of those little things, but it seems to work really well at 4. It doesn't boil like shit. It just stays consistent. So here we are with this. We're going to drop the speci in. And you can see that's all covered there. And then basically all we're going to do is whack it on to boil. And to make it go quicker, we're just going to put a lid on it. It's really as simple as that. So I'll give it probably 10 minutes. I'll come back, I'll check it, make sure that it's boiling okay, and then we'll come back at sort of hour intervals and see how it's going. Right, so we're about 10 minutes in, just over, and you can see it's boiling its tits off. So it's doing exactly what it's meant to do. We could probably turn it down just a touch, because it doesn't have to be boiling. It's got a lovely scent to it as well. Anyway, let's leave that for a couple of hours, come back, and we'll see what it looks like then. It should have changed colour. So we're an hour in, or just over. Let's have a look, shall we? Well, I'm not sure if you can make it out there with the glare, but we've changed colour. So now we're a bit of a browny liquid, and we're still bubbling away. So we'll leave it for another hour and see if it starts thickening up. All right, so 2 hours in, let's have a look. Ooh, it's become quite the solid mass. Whoop. It's definitely working, that's for sure. And it's just a brown sludge now. So I guess we'll there's the massive lump of quartz in there still. So anyway, we will leave that for another hour, and we'll come back and we'll see what happens then. So another hour. Let's have a look. See, you can see with this thing it just gets splattered, so that's why you got to buy some every now and then. So we'll have a bit of a play with this, if I can actually pick up this spoon. And it's quite crusty, but that and I'll do it gently, that quartz has broken up considerably. It's still in a lumpy bits, but it's breaking up, it's melting away, which is exactly what we want it to do. Unfortunately, I can't add water to this, so we'll just let it go for a bit longer and see how much we can dissolve it and come back. All right, so we're back, and this is several days after I started doing this, and you can see by the mess that I've tried, because I put such a large bit of quartz in, it took so long to try and break down. I was trying to do it over a few days and whatever, and it was just bubbling over and doing all sorts of stuff. So I've still got a couple of large lumps in here, and I'll just pull them out and I'll show you. So we can see there, and I'll crush that down and try and get some fine gold out of it. And we've got another chunk in here as well. So I'm just reboiling it at the moment, just to try and break down that caustic soda gunky mix, just to liquefy it. And then after it all comes off the bits of quartz and stuff, I will take it to the bathroom, put a jug underneath it, and and run some water through it and see what sort of gold we've got sitting at the bottom. I'm hoping that there's a bit. I'm hoping. So anyway, I'll bring you back. So we're diluted. You can see all the brown muck in there. And what I'm going to do now, I've just put a tray underneath it, just in case anything does fly up, but we all know gold's a lot heavier than water. So we're just going to run the tap and we're just going to dilute it. All right, let's have a look at this. So nice and diluted now. It's all clean. And we'll tip this out. We'll get all the bits and pieces out. Oh yeah. I'm not sure if that even picks it up, but that is full of fine gold. Absolutely chockers. I'm gonna have to try and rinse that out so I don't lose any of it. Unfortunately, the caustic soda, not sure if you can pick that up on the camera down the bottom, but heaps of nano bits. Anyway, we'll leave that to the side. This needs another going. There's a bit just there sticking out of the quartz. So this is what that big rock broke down to, just by boiling it. So there's a bit more to do with this. And this one, of course, I've done something different. I just decided to put the whole thing in and just try and break it down as one instead of breaking it up into little bits. The caustic soda, I'd tell you, it works a lot better when you've got small bits and then you break it down in the caustic soda, not... Oh well, we're learning. It's all a learning curve. But if we have a look at this, I know I'm dragging it a bit. I do apologise. I'm just trying to get all the stuff down to one side. There's a fair bit of gold in this, which I'm super surprised about. I wasn't expecting it to be that much. But have a look at that. All these chunks. Hey? Isn't that gorgeous? And I'll get a close-up of some of this stuff as well, because obviously it's come straight out of the quartz, so it's really reefy. And I can see with my really bad eyes how many little fronds there are on the side of that. Super exciting. So what I actually did is I crushed up the rest of it. I did. And you can see a couple of flakes there. I'm not sure how much fine gold there is. I think there's some micro dots that you probably can't pick up on the camera. There's a little bit of a smile of micro dots, but that'll all just go in the snuffer because it's pointless weighing it. But I'll take the chunks out, put it with the rest, and then we'll weigh it in. So I'll pan this off and then weigh it up. So moment of truth time, and it's looking very clean, that's for sure. I'll actually put up a photo. I did a bit of a close-up of the gold before I've done this. So if we tip it in, oh look at that, 0.5 gram just in that. And then the little bits, so 0.86, and then I seriously reckon I've got about 0.1 of fines that's all in the snuffer bottle. So I would say it's close to 1 gram. That's a, what, $220 rock that I've picked up. I'm a happy man. So, all right. Well, thank you for watching.
it might have dragged on a bit. I haven't edited it yet, but hopefully you've enjoyed it and seen what happens when you boil stuff in caustic soda. All right, until the next time, take it easy.